G'day everyone, it's Courtesy and welcome to an On The Back Wheel video. Today I'm going to install the R&G Tail Tidy onto my Gen 3 KLR 650. Hey, if you like what I'm doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me create more content like this. Let's get stuck in. So one of my big gripes with the new KLR 650 is the rear on it. I'll show you mine. It's just damaged and broken. It's so prone to damage and it looks absolutely heinous. It's a really nice looking bike, the KLR 650, but it's let down by this huge hunk of plastic that hangs down and it's so prone to damage. We'll get here, look, mine snapped there. You know, I'm definitely rougher than geared than most people, but mine is stuffed, absolutely stuffed. And my indicators have come out too. And another thing is, my rear brake light has blown twice now. So I've gone ahead and contacted R&G and purchased the Tail Tidy. So what that does is replaces the whole section with a metal piece and also a new brake light. So there's a couple other things as well. So what we're going to do today is install it. The instructions are okay, so consider this a bit of a how-to as well. You can learn from the mistakes I make, and if you're struggling, just have a look at my video as well. I think it's going to look way better. I've seen a couple of pictures online and it looks fantastic once it's all installed. Could be a bit fiddly, but hopefully it's not. So let's find out. Let's get stuck in. I've already done an unboxing video, so if you want to see what it comes with, watch that video. I'll put the link up above. I'll just get all this other stuff out of the way and pull out the actual tail tidy for you. This is the actual tail tidy unit. So that's what's going to go on the back. Let me just put it out in the light here. And that's where your number plate goes and your light. If I sound like I'm coughing and spluttering and congested, that's because I am. I just got a bit of a cold at the moment, but I'm alright, we'll power through. So the instructions are all online. I've downloaded them onto my phone, so I'll be checking my phone every now and again to check that I'm on the right track. The first thing we have to do is remove the seat, which is really easy. It's just a bolt here and another one on the other side. So looking at the instructions on my phone, apparently we only need an Allen key, 8, 10, 12 and 13 mil sockets, some loose nose pliers, Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Let's get this seat off. Just an Allen key for these. Word of warning, my bike, I've washed it, but it's still incredibly dirty, so it might make things a little bit trickier than other people. I've got a bulb, so it's still sand everywhere. One. 2, don't lose them. Seat comes straight off. So next on the instructions is we have to disconnect the brake light, and that's that one right there. Just push that down, pull out, sweet. So I think the instructions are already a fair bit off because it says to remove the 4 bolts that are under the seat. That's the license plate holder. Looking here, definitely none here. And if we get right under there, they're all the way back there. I can see the front two. Front two, sorry, just out of focus there. There's no way I can get to that, so I think we're gonna have to take the rear off and then try and get to it from there. So we'll start by taking the rear plate off and have a look. This is really easy to remove. Just 4 Allen keys. And you also just gotta remove the top part. Oh man, there's so much sand stuff in there of your toolbox. Voila. So I've had a look and I don't think there's any way you could do it how they suggest in their little user guide. There's no way you can get to these 4 bolts. You can get to the front 2 maybe. I can't really get to them. So I think we're going to have to take off all the side paneling and then the rear, including the bars. So look, it's easy enough to do, but you know, just not what the instructions say. So let's get stuck in. Get these luggage rails off. Oh, nice and tight. Off of this side. We'll activate cheat mode for getting all these bolts off. Oh, the sand is coming out. Probably not a bad thing. Get that one at the back. Show you where I'm at. we've got both sides removed and the luggage rails. Next, we're going to get rid of this clip here, and there's 2 bolts here, and then I'll see where I'm at. I'll save you guys a step. A 10mm socket fits down here perfectly to undo that, so you don't have to undo these screws. We've undone those bolts. This should, yeah, it comes all off in one piece. Very nice. Just put that to the side. Alright, now we can get to the bolts. It actually is not too hard at all. Probably give your bike a clean as well. Mine is absolutely filthy. So we'll undo these 4 bolts, which will remove this heinous plastic section from the rear. Here's your ECU as well. There you go. And now I got access to these. They're 10mm bolts. We're done twice. Oh, get them out. Okay, that's come down. Now we've got 2 lights there we need to undo. So the old instructions are a bit loose. They've omitted a few steps. Having a look, we need to take this clip out so we can get the brake light out, and also the wiring for the license plate light, which is one of these ones. I have to figure it out. So we'll take that out and then see if we can feed it down through this hole, and then the section should come off. No, we can just do that. That's cool. You just undo that, and we'll get this one out of the way. That's that one. Feed him down there. You go down there, and then this last one is that one, which goes up to back to here. This one, unclip that too. We got these ones here. That was connected back here, so I unclipped this section as well, and then also the rubber holding that, and this should come out and through. Voila, done. So here's the removed rear plastic section. It's actually pretty light, you know, not much to it. I'll compare the two, but I'd say they're very similar in weight. But this thing, man, look at the size of it. What were they thinking? Alright everyone, here's everything unpacked. So this is for our brake light. It's like an adapter for the one they provided with this. They've also provided bullets, electrical bullets, because we need to take this out and attach them. So I have to attach them to that and then wire it up here, and then that clips into the existing harness. Here's our tail tidy actual section. Here's our nuts and bolts to hook it up to the bottom. So they want us to do that first, but I'm going to assemble a little bit off the bike just to make it easier and less fiddly. So this plastic section here, that goes in the back here, and your light goes into here. Just over here. So this goes in there, and that goes in there. I'm actually going to install that just off the bike, because why not? It's just going to be really easy. And then run the wiring up. First thing I'm going to do is just get this on and out of the way. So get these wires out. Okay, that's not fiddly. So this, well, the wiring for one goes through. Pop that through this hole here. Then we've got those bullets we also got to put on. And that goes into there. And there. Voila. So that through there. Get that out of the way. And all done. That in there. Get a little square. Okay. Flip it over. Get that on there. Geez, I'm going to break that for sure. Hopefully it's nice and tucked out of the way. This tiny little post it's got. So then this goes up through here. Get 1, 2. Really doesn't want to work for me, does it? Alright, so that's how that's going to look. It actually looks really cool. I like the look of that. Okay, everyone. Bit of electrical work, always fun. Whatever, it's going to be done. Be good if they had this all assembled, but I suppose they're trying to save money. It's pretty fiddly doing all this shit. We've got that bit there. If you can see, we'll crimp it around some more. Then we need to crimp this around. I'll get it tight for now, then crimp it with my crimpers. It's actually pretty bloody good. Looking nice. So we have to do that for everyone, and then we'll clip it into the harness and go from there. So I'm just popping this heat shrink kind of plastic over protective plastic. We're trying to. Bloody hell. Where are my cables? Probably do it before you put any of the clips on, eh? This is a bit of a mission. Just quietly. Alright, just pulling these through. Yep. Alright, so we got them through. Make sure that's all neat and tidy on the bottom. Then we got this rubber grommet that we're going to put on. That slides down to here, and then it goes through this hole here to keep everything neat and tidy. Alright, we got that through, and that's how it looks. Looks really nice and neat. And there's the bottom, the grommet's in there. So we're going to go to the next step, which is fitting the sucker on the bike. Before that, I'll show you how they want it done. They want a washer on the bottom, and they want it through the bottom, so you do the nut at the top, and then another washer on top, and then you push it up and tie it all on. Alright, we'll feed that up through here, the wiring, through there, and then I'm just going to do one bolt to begin with. Actually, it goes back here, and there. Through, washer on the top, and a bolt on there. These are like Nylak washers, so they're tough as nails. And I'll sit on there, let's see, you can just hang there. These up. Tighten her up. Alright, I've just tightened it up and it looks trick already. And I haven't even put the bike back together. That's how it's looking so far. Man, that's a nice looking bit of kit. Next, I just got to hook up the brake light, and I believe it's a license plate illuminator built in as well. I believe, we'll double check. So the last thing you have to do with the wiring is just connect up this connector here, the kind of adapter to the LED light that we just installed, this one back here. It's really easy. They tell you which colours to connect to which colours, and just plug it in. Just going to reconnect that before I forget. Nice, new and shiny. Now I'm just going to tidy up all the wiring, and then I'll test it all before I put it back together. Right, all the hard work is done. I just checked out all the wiring and that, and it's working fine. One thing to mention, this bit here is your license plate light. You don't need that anymore. It's built into the brake light. So make sure you just cover that up with some electrical tape so you can get water and stuff in it. It comes off all these clips to make it all neat and tidy, but I didn't have to use any of them. I just used the existing clips. It's got, you know, the one there, and that's the new wiring there. That's a little bit floppy there, but once the seat's on and that, I've got to put that on too, sorry. Once that's all on, it's not going to be going anywhere, so I'm pretty happy with that. You probably don't need to use the clips they provided. Righto, I'm going to put it all back together, then we'll see how it all looks. Alright everyone, the tail tidy is installed, and I have to say, it looks trick. I'm loving the look of it. Here it is with my number plate on. Man, it looks fantastic. I'll give you a side profile, we'll come back a bit. Look how much better the KLR looks with that on the rear. That looks fantastic. Come around to this side. I've got the ignition on, so that is with the light on, and that's the brake light as well. It does illuminate more. I'll see if I can reach for you, so it's going to be interesting. Yeah, we'll reach. That's it, with my pressing my brake down. How good is that? Fantastic. That looks, I'm really impressed with the look of this, guys. It looks really nice, really nice. You can see there, got the lugger trails on as well. It looks trick. Solid as, a little bit of a bend at the end, but that's fine. That's completely fine. We'll come underneath. Ugh. That's how it all installs and looks from underneath. So very neat and tidy, really neat and tidy. I'm stoked with how this has turned out. It was a little bit tricky, but honestly, overall it is easy. Here's that for anyone. It does come with an integrated license plate light, so that's great because mine was stuffed as well. At first it was a little bit daunting because the instructions are, there isn't a lot of instructions there. It leaves out a fair few of the steps, which I covered in my video, and there is a few like components, but once you put it all together, it's actually really easy and very simple. The only thing I have a little bit of concern of is these little suckers here to hold on the brake light. It's probably going to be fine, but they're just a little bit small. They're really strong. It's really strong. The whole thing is really sturdy. Just maybe could be a little bit thicker. I'm sure they're fine. Like, this is tucked out of the way. If that's getting damaged, we've probably got some issues. We'll come back to give you a profile on this side, see how it all looks. Side profile, man, that neatens up the back of the bike, doesn't it? I'll come around here again. Yeah, that is sweet. I'm really enjoying that. So overall, the install wasn't too bad to do at all. Allow a couple of hours. It was a little bit fiddly due to the wiring stuff, but once I got the right pliers and stuff, it only took a couple of minutes, so I'm just nitpicking. And overall, I have to say, I'm really happy with the R&G Tail Tidy. I'll put the link for R&G in the description below with their price. I got mine from England, so I'm not sure if you can get it in Australia or other countries. I got mine directly from the UK, and that was in pounds, so your price may vary, so make sure you looked it up. All right, everyone, I'm going to sign out. If you have any questions about the R&G Tail Tidy, make sure you put them in the comments down below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. All right, keep it on the back wheel. Catches.